Everyone. Go,
What, I'm,
there we go.
and, you know.
Yeah.
It's not
that's
quite time, but it's
all
almost.
stuff, And then if there's something for video, looking at it, highlight it, to make it easier to
Just-
find. Yes.
Go. Tell you what, just 1 second here.
So we get the house, which virtually has no electricity. I mean, it has. The barn.
Can you start? Maybe call.
Sure. Okay, it is 5:15. We're gonna go ahead and call the select board meeting to order for the April 21st. At 15. Any adjustments to the agenda? No adjustments? We'll go ahead and look at the warrant. Any questions about the warrant?
Make a motion that we approve the April 21st warrant.
I will second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Can I make a comment about the
Absolutely.
balance sheet, just to update on the Community Hall Capital Fund? Tracy Lowe submitted the letter to the Community Foundation for the annual distribution. So right now it's showing a negative 32,537.06. She requested 35,325, which will bring us back into the black.
I am so glad those parentheses are going away.
Going away.
I knew they would, but it made me nervous.
And we still have $4,750 coming from the fourth quarter appropriation, just, the distribution. So we should end up the year positive, about $7,500.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Anybody else got any questions about financial snapshot or balance sheets?
Nope.
Ready? Next item is public comment. Do we have anyone that wants to make comment? No public comment. Come on back, Carl, or else I'm gonna finish this meeting. Here he is.
We are on 5.
We're on 5.
Cool.
All right, Community Hall Advisory Committee, we have a request for an appointment. This is Community Hall Advisory Committee nominates Paul Habersang to fill out the remaining term of Eileen Mitchell, who has resigned. So this is one of the 2 positions on the committee that is reserved for Historical Society members. Paul is a trustee and is willing to serve. So can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we accept their nomination for Paul Haverson.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Tim seconds. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. On the Public Works. We have our letter of intent to participate in the fiscal 26 municipal roads grants and aid program. She's not here anyway. But this is all boilerplate, correct, Corinne?
Yes.
I'll make a motion that we approve the fiscal year 26 grant and aid letter of intent
Do I have a second?
Second.
Joe seconds. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed?
So we're looking
Motion
at
carries.
10,625 total. If we get 8,500 and we have a 2,125 in contribution, right?
It's been a little while since I've looked at that. That sounds about right.
Okay. The grants and aid, grants and aid program announcement. And then initial offers, grants and aid. Results,
It's all supporting documentation.
all supporting. All right, so.
You want to sign this now or to?
Yeah, I'll sign that now. So, sign the number.
Well, I don't think they've started signing it.
Oh, okay.
Claire,
Um,
Claire,
I'm sorry.
the warrants in front of you.
okay. Treasurer report. Well, Lisa,
Yeah, for reporting, just to let you know that the annual report for ARPA has been filed. We were not able to close out our ARPA account. We're waiting on instructions later in the year, but the annual report has been completed.
okay. Thank you very much. Who's Lisa? You're on the next one. Reappraisal update.
Appeal on the equalization results with the missing property. And they sent back the petition for redetermination with new numbers, but I questioned them because it shouldn't have changed that much. It was one property for $122,000 and it changed all of the different categories. So I talked to our district advisor last week and they were in training, the minister training on Wednesday and Thursday, so they weren't even gonna be able to look at it till
Thank you.
Friday, so they recommended we not sign this until they get back to me with the
With the.
Yeah, the
Update.
numbers didn't make sense. It shouldn't have dropped. We had a 20.62 COD and it dropped to 19 something and it just one property for $122,000 shouldn't have made that big of a difference.
Right.
So,
Not on the hundreds of millions.
Not, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, they're gonna look at it, but we only have 10 days to submit that letter from you guys. So I don't know, can you authorize Carl to sign it if they do come back with a corrected one, or do you want to wait till the next meeting?
What's the board's pleasure?
I'm good with Carl signing it.
I'm also happy with Carl signing it. This is a fairly administerial task. And
As long as we get it by Friday afternoon.
Oh, because you're leaving.
I'm leaving Friday afternoon.
in Carl's absence, I would be perfectly fine with Joe signing on behalf of the board.
Okay, me too.
Need a motion?
Do we?
Well,
I'll make a motion that once we have received updated financial information from the Vermont Department of Taxes regarding our equalizations study, that Carl is designated as the signatory for the board. And in his absence, that Joe is designated the signatory for the board.
Second.
Blair seconds. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. You didn't break it, Apple.
I'm not sorry.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. On to PBRA. So, Mark, I think you're up.
I think so. How time flies, 5 years. So, I don't know the protocol, but PBRA is really pleased with the partnership we have with the town. The last 5 years, the lease agreement has worked out really well for us. Our name has changed, from Pilots Bay Restoration Association to Partners in Bay Restoration Association. But from our perspective, we'd love to just change the name and renew it for another 5 years under current terms and conditions.
Okay, you'll bring that. Or is this something there? We could probably just change out some of the stuff in here, right?
I think
There are a lot of. dates
there's
there.
Pilot
Yeah.
Bay, and
Yeah.
we want a clean version.
A clean version. Can you get us something, a clean version of this, Mark?
I think I can do that.
Okay. And Harry requests that you take him off on the select board chair.
I do.
I told him I'd sign his name anyway, but,
There's been a name change on our end as well.
yes. So, all right, well, I'm glad to see that that's working out. So you get that to us there and then we can have something there that'll be on the next, but you guys aren't doing anything with the equipment right now anyway, as far as,
Should I, I'll update it, should I just send the updated version to Corinne?
Yep.
Or-
Yeah.
yep. And then she'll
Great.
put it on our next agenda, which would be May 5th, I believe.
May second.
Sounds good to me.
No, not May
And
2nd. I'm coming
Hopefully
back
the
on the
equipment makes it through another 5 years. Is that,
2nd. I think it's the
Yeah,
5th.
yeah.
I tell you, we have a
Saturday is
wonderful
the second.
person that maintains the equipment, Jay White.
Yes,
He
yes.
is so meticulous to all the equipment, and he really does a great job of
So
keeping
it's
it up to date
functioning
and
and fine and-
maintaining it and doing
Great.
all the things he needs to do, so.
great.
He does a great job doing that.
Excellent.
Good. Thank you very much. I'll get that to you and appreciate your support.
That sounds
Thank you,
great.
Mark.
Thank you, Mark. And you, and also you, Rhonda, also to you.
Oh, Carl, I was supposed to
And
give
the bag,
update on the reappraisal.
Oh. You wanna go, well, we can backtrack a bit there, the update on the reappraisal.
So, yeah, we received the contract from Tyler Technologies and Mike Tarrant is reviewing it. And because we were delayed in getting back to them, they pushed it out to 2027, 2028. It originally said 2026, 2027, but.
Okay,
So
Okay.
all right,
probably for your next meeting, you'll have the contract.
all right, and that's not gonna affect anything there, well, I mean, the state is,
Okay.
they haven't decided,
Well, this-
unless, yes.
yes, at this point, from what we're hearing, no.
Yeah.
State is doing.
So, all right, thank you, Lisa. All right. You about all caught up there, Corinne? All right, we have code of ethics, investigation and enforcement ordinance, notice. The ordinance is now in effect, that's just an FYI, correct?
exactly. The way an ordinance works, you guys approve it and then the public gets notice and they have 60 days to submit a petition for a special vote and that did not happen. So the ordinance is in effect.
All right,
Thank you.
super. All right. Correspondence, we have this Endless Mountains email request. You have to pardon me there, I did not.
So essentially, this is a road race that goes through 10 of Vermont's 14 counties, and they want us, let us know kind of in advance
Oh, yeah.
that some of these folks might be coming through our county.
Right,
There are many municipalities that require special event permits for anything that's organized with over so many participants, whether it's people scattered coming through or a consolidated event in one area. So I think primarily they need, it's probably specifically for insurance purposes, something from the town that says either we don't require a permit or they're okay to come through.
There's no event here, it's
No,
just
we don't require
pedaling
special
through,
events.
yeah.
We get these more and more lately. We get them also from like, the forked fondue event with the bikes that come through or, you know, anything organized from an organization that carries insurance. I
Okay.
think they're required to go around and ask these questions.
well, it can be quite sizable here if they all come through here, I mean, upwards of 160
I mean, the
people.
forked
Oh,
fondue one is,
But it's throughout the day, right? So,
They
Right.
said they were spread out over the course
Yeah.
of as much as 48 hours.
Yeah.
Mhm. So if you've got 160 people, 40 teams of 2 to 4 competitors. So that'll be 160 people at the most coming through
Over 48
over
hours,
48 hours.
like a normal Saturday in the
How's it-
summertime.
How does
Right.
that- Harry, how does that work on page 59? Maybe I'm reading it wrong, where it says numbers. Hosted 32 teams and approximately 110 racers each team.
In our first 2 editions,
Yeah, we believe we may.
approximately 110 racers in each edition.
Right. Oh, and
Which was in
for each
Pennsylvania,
team.
right?
Right, so I think they had 2 races over 2 years.
Yep.
And each race had about 110 people.
And this one, they're going bigger, it's
Yeah,
40 teams.
potentially up to,
potentially
Right.
40 teams up to 160.
Yeah, so I think they're thinking that this will be 50 racers more than their annual average.
Mm,
At least that's the way I interpreted their email.
and this all takes place before the July 4th weekend anyway.
Yeah.
And you'll be on the town's roads also.
Uh, I believe they're just gonna be on Route 2.
Well,
Oh,
No,
I think it says class something or other.
but that's just, I thought that was, maybe I'm wrong, I thought that was a general thing in some towns. If they're just going through here,
Mm. Well, they get to choose their.
yeah.
no, they get to choose,
They
yeah.
could choose to
They
go
could,
around.
Yeah,
I have a friend who does these kind of races, but on a motorcycle
Mm,
called the Iron Butt Challenge.
Yeah, yeah,
And
crazy.
where you have to go, like 1,000 miles and,
Mhm.
however many hours. And you chart your route and they give you a GPS and,
Make sure you do it.
make sure you do it. They know where you are the whole time. And if you complete the circuit or the mileage for the given state and that time you get, you get, you get your
Accolades.
reward accolades, right?
The nice,
So,
very good.
no, it's fine.
The nice part about our town is we only really have 2 routes that they could alter off Route 2,
Mm.
yeah,
and they already do. 'Cause they come-
And going back to what Corinne was saying, with the events and stuff, if they're using our roads, the town roads. And they get hurt on those town roads. Should we have some kind of policy in place?
I think they have the same liability as any pedestrian in a roadway. And I think drivers have the same responsibility. I don't think we participate or manage or risk mitigate for the bike groups that come down from Montreal and the bike races that they have around the islands where they paint the roads and
Yeah.
you have those really big busy days.
No, this has nothing to do with our insurance. This is them trying to get information to check all the boxes on their side.
right. They do
Yeah.
carry a $5 million aggregate insurance policy.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're a nonprofit, so presumably if you're registering through them, they're gonna have the participants sign a liability waiver, understanding what they're doing is dangerous. And the towns that they run through are in no way affiliated with or responsible for their own safety,
Yeah, good.
I would presume,
Okay,
but.
now we don't have an ordinance now anyway, or
No.
anything there to that effect.
And
So,
I mean, I think if we're gonna send a response, we say something to the effect of, we currently don't require special event permits and so. Good luck to the participants.
I know our EMD likes to be made aware, so I'll make her aware.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
And it looks like it's gonna be from the 21st through the 28th, so.
I think it's gonna be widely spread
Yeah.
out too.
Yeah, so I mean, if they've got, they're gonna start the event on Saturday, June 21st with a cutoff on Saturday, June 28th, so. There's gonna be. Better part of a week where you might see these teams trickling through. Not all at once, like like a marathon.
Okay,
I'll leave the dogs out.
That make them run faster.
All right, Cemetery Commission, I'll just read this in the record here. This is, from the Cemetery Commission. It says, Dear Bob, on behalf of the North Yarrow Cemetery Commission, I want to express our deepest gratitude for the invaluable and numerous years you have dedicated to the Cemetery Commission. Your profound knowledge of our cemeteries and the meticulous care you have provided as chairperson has left an indelible mark on our community. Your selfless service is an excellent example of the transformative power of community involvement in town government. Please know that we will continue to rely on your knowledge and expertise to improve our town cemeteries. Your contributions have been invaluable, and we understand that expertise such as yours is difficult to come by. We appreciate you, Bob, and we shall miss you. Thank you again for your service. Signed, Tracy Giroux, Frank DiTilio, Michael Tranby, and Michael Tranby. Yes, Bob did resign from the Cemetery Commission. So, and I would just like to say there that Bob has been a very, very active member here in the town of North Yarrow. So, along with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make such a motion.
Second.
Joe seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. Thank
We
you
just
all.
set a record.
Yeah.
The record was 2 minutes.
Oh.
I mean, we did pretty good.
Okay, so this was like a second, right? So,
I don't think I've ever had to take over a meeting as the clock ticks.
Wow.
The chair walks out. You did well, Joe. That was a nimble.
Be interested in the minutes, I'm like, okay.
Like, oh yeah, I got this.
I had to take that phone call there. That's the one that I gave the code to.
Oh,
And they said it didn't work. And I said, that's bullshit. Anyway. Well, they got in.
everybody dealt with
And
me. I
meeting
didn't panic.
for all.
We were good.